Christophe Boucher, Final Evaluation, Part 1. In the story of your life, Ted Chiang delves into the profound role of memory in shaping perception and identity, as seen to the journey of protagonist Dr. Louise Banks. Page 49 out of 58. The heptapods are neither free nor bound as we understand those concepts. They don't act according to their will, nor are they helpless automatons. What distinguishes the heptapod's mode of awareness is not just that their action coincide with history's events. It is also that their motives coincide with history's purposes. They act to create the future, to enact chronology. Freedom isn't an illusion. It's perfectly real in the context of sequential consciousness. Within the context of simultaneous consciousness, freedom is not meaningful, but neither is coercion. It's simply a different context, no more or less valid than the other. It's like that famous optical illusion, the drawing of either an elegant young woman, face turned away from the viewer, or a wart-nosed crone, chin tucked down on her chest. There's no correct interpretation. Both are equally valid, but you can't see both at the same time. Similarly, knowledge of the future was incompatible with free will. What made it possible for me to exercise freedom of choice also made it impossible for me to know the future. Conversely, now that I know the future, I will never act contrary to the future, including telling the others what I know. Those who know the future don't talk about it. Those who read the books of ages never admit to it. This is the excerpt where the reader understands how Louise was able to have those visions of her future. The laws of the universe are the same everywhere, and that is why we call some things universal. But in this story, when entering in contact with aliens, Louise understands that the aliens interpret the world differently than we do. Simple physics concepts for us, like acceleration, are very complex for the heptapods. The heptapods don't view these physical concepts like humans. They see them as intuitive and out of reach without great knowledge. Contrary to us, they see time as something very simple. Contrary to us, they see time as something very simple because it is not linear. While humans developed a sequential mode of awareness, these aliens developed a simultaneous mode of awareness, meaning that these aliens have memories of events that are interconnected and nonlinear in time. The heptapods live for the purpose of fulfilling the events that are bound to happen. As Louise started understanding the heptapod B language, she started understanding this concept and losing this thing called free will. Free will is incompatible with knowledge of the future because that future can't exist if one can change it. Heptapods never had that free will, and this is how they mostly differ from humans. Everything they do is already planned and known, but they never try to alter it. At the end of this passage, she finally explains that the boundaries between her past, present, and future don't exist anymore in her memory and that she lost her free will. This moment also defines why she always seemed to accept these visions of the way they were. The reader understands why she never tried changing her fate even when she knew she would split up with Gary and lose her daughter at a young age.